Hi there, it's Sandy, your sister and your friend. Welcome to today's video. Today I want to talk about really how unlimited we truly are. Any limitation that we experience is a result of something that we were told about ourselves. We were taught to believe something that's not true about who we really are. It is the world that tells us that we're mediocre. God has never said that about us. In fact, God tells us that we're one with God and there's nothing impossible for God. So therefore, by extension, there's nothing impossible for any of us. So how do we escape this confusing thought pattern between the two? Well, simply by choosing to give up any limiting beliefs. We simply allow these untrue ideas about ourselves to surface and then observe them. If these stories were stored with tears or other emotions, they're probably going to come up with tears or whatever emotions that we felt at the time, anger, or resentment or jealousy or whatever. Those feelings are probably going to come up. We merely need to feel all of our feelings so that we can fully experience what was stored. And we may be able to actually feel the low vibration that's associated with the ideas and the feelings that come up. So those words and those feelings are energy, and they vibrate at a very low frequency. And we might be able to feel that, and it won't feel true to ourselves. It will feel like it's alien to us. Now, I think that 2025 may be a time where a lot of false beliefs are going to be exposed, both to us in our own lives and in the environment around us, perhaps in the whole world. And these are the beliefs that keep us from having the experience of knowing that we are divine co-creators with our source. And although this is not something that we've been taught to do in school or probably even by our families or friends, this may be the shadow work that we're all here to do, because it's letting go of these lower vibrations that will actually increase the consciousness level of the whole world. Now, for me personally, it took an episode of severe back pain from a recent fall to bring to light that I had a deep-seated feeling that I was unworthy of being loved by my Creator. I knew it was something that was hidden from my awareness, because when those words came out of my mouth, tears flooded down my cheeks. And tears are one way that a lot of us experience this experience things that are coming up for us to be relieved of. But just by observing and recognizing and owning my emotions and allowing them to be there, the pain in my back became less. So I'm finding in my own life that once light is offered to whatever shadow is manifesting in my life, it gets weaker and eventually disappears. It's actually the light that causes the shadow to appear in the first place in order to give me the opportunity to look at it and to let it go. Now, this interpersonal work showed me the impossibility in my own case for believing that I was unworthy of God's love. I'm an integral part of God. I'm a ray of light shining out of the source of all light. So what I said to myself during that time was, I am loved unconditionally by God. Now, as I said that, I could feel the joy that rose up in my heart that matched that vibration. And just by you hearing those words that I'm saying out loud, you may actually feel a higher vibration happening to yourself as well. Because I actually think we can drop the false perceptions that we've been conditioned to believe about ourselves by speaking the truth to ourselves. Sound carries a very high vibration when it is used to speak truth. especially when we speak truth and we, with our voices, with our own voices, and we say these things out loud and hear it with our ears. Spoken positive affirmations actually change us at the cellular level and also change our energy centers to open them up to allow more of the spirit to flow within. Now, you can choose your own phrases about what speaks to your heart, but I invite you right now, I'm going to say some phrases, and I just invite you to say them after me. I know who I am. I am beloved and forgiven. I am holy as God made me. I am not afraid to face my fears. I am loved unconditionally by God. Now, if phrases like this feel uncomfortable to you as you speak them aloud, that's really our ego that's trying to push them away because it wants to survive instead of us dwelling, knowing that we're surrounded by love all the time. We're really trying to overcome any deeply ingrained beliefs that are contrary to these kind of truths. And you will feel, I believe, the higher vibration as you speak these words, and it might actually be helpful as you say something to picture yourself, for instance, being surrounded by God's love. Like, use your imagination. When I use my imagination to picture that, I feel like an even higher frequency and resonance with who I know myself to be in God. Now, so while we practice these affirming statements, we don't really want to ignore any of the other things that start to come up. As we start to know the reality of who we are, that may that light may actually bring even more of the very deeply hidden feelings and ideas that we need to look at and observe and love and allow them to come up and let go. When we don't allow them and we keep pushing them down, that's when we're going to feel disorder and dis-ease in our lives. And so that's what we are just allowing this flow so that those things aren't blocking us anymore. Now, this is maybe very deep introspection work for all of us. And honestly, I kind of am getting this sense these days that is the deepest purpose, or the highest purpose maybe, that we all have here on the earth, and that is this shadow work of letting things come up and allowing them for us to let them go. So as we practice the truth about ourselves and invite any conditioned beliefs to rise up for us to look at, we're going to actually transcend this earthly experience where everything is just this way or that way, right or wrong, black and white. We're going to start transcending that and see things as a much higher, nuanced way, so that we invite unconditional love not only into our own lives, but we express that to everything that we encounter here in this world. So let that be my goal today, is to allow everything and to look at it and to practice saying to myself who I truly am, and to enjoy that. That brings me great joy, and to know that I am surrounded by the love of my Creator all the time, in every moment. Thank you so much for listening. I love you. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the like button. Tell me what works in your life. Thanks. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.